My name is John and welcome back. In honor of making YouTube videos for the last 5 years, this is Things I Shouldn't Have Bought, Volume 1. But keep in mind, everything you're going to see here works extremely well and it's very high quality. It's just stuff I shouldn't have bought. Unger HydroPower System. This is a window cleaning machine. This requires no electricity, no gas or fuel, no chemicals, no soaps. This takes typical house water, converts it into purified water, and you're able to get a streak-free rinse. The main reason why I bought this and why I regret it is back in 2019, we had an extreme drought. Basically from mid-July to the end of October, we got no rain. It was bone dry, nothing left to do, no grass to cut, no bushes left to trim. So I decided to get into window cleaning. But keep in mind, I didn't just jump right into window cleaning. I've been doing soft washing, pressure washing for years. And you have this whole basic customers. You can just, while you're doing the soft washing, clean the vinyl siding. Hey, you gotta clean your windows too. But what's funny is, no one wanted the windows cleaned. Not a soul. And I couldn't give the work away. And then I realized no one in my area I've seen ever have their windows cleaned at all. So just a huge mistake on my part. One mistake I made when buying this was I sort of cheaped out. This unit was a standard kit with a pole and an assembly, about $600. For additional $100, I could have got a 20-foot pole. This one only came with a 15-foot. So it really limits your capability. Just a huge mistake. I handicapped myself right off the bat. But I'll cover that later on in the video, just giving you the demonstration. But keep in mind, I'm no professional and I have not used this in 5 years. So this is just gonna be a complete demonstration, but the machine does work extremely well. So I'm gonna cover all the features of the unit and then take you out and show you what it can do. This is the Unger HydroPower unit. I bought the whole kit for $600 or so. Now it's more money. That was 5 years ago prices when I got this. This is the base unit. This one holds 1 bag of resin. The machine is very easy to operate. I'll go over everything right now. Starting at the beginning, you have the hose connection from your garden hose spigot. Goes to here, has a on and off valve on it, and also this is a quick disconnect. So you just hook this to your hose and then you just clip it on. Just keep everything organized. And these are all plastic fittings. This is, I think, in my opinion, the cheapest part about this whole unit are these fittings and just the connections. On the newer model, I believe they're aluminum, but don't quote me on that. These are just plastic. And one thing you need to know about this is the whole time you're using it, when the water's flowing through it, because there's no real on and off valve on this, it's not like a pressure washer where you just turn off the water or stop pulling the trigger on the gun. You actually, as you're using it, you're wearing out the resin. So if you don't want to stop using this right then and there, just turn the on and off valve to off so it stops flowing through. They sell an accessory on the hose that you can pinch the hose and it'll stop the water flow. But as a basic kit, you just have the on and off valve. On the back of the unit, you have the quick disconnect that goes to the hose that goes to the brush, just clips in. This is just a plastic fitting with a rubber O-ring. And this is all low pressure. So these are low pressure fittings. You don't have to worry about anything exploding on you. Take that off, get out of the way. This is the total dissolved solids meter. This measures the quality of water coming out of the connector here that goes to the brush. So when you first get this with brand new resin in here, this will read 0 for a long time, depending on how contaminated the water is at your location. And then as it wears out, this number goes up, and you want to keep the number as low as possible. When I was using this the other day, it was on 6 or 7 when I first started, and then I got up to 17, which means the resin is out of commission. And I was just doing a demonstration video, not actually cleaning someone's house for money. So to change out the resin here, very easy. There's a locking tab. Just press it down. And this is really a two-hand method. You gotta put this on the ground, put your foot on it, and then you can just turn this. And then you can lift this off. In the top of this, you have a stainless steel screen. So if the resin bag fails, no particles will go through this and then out the hose and scratch the windows where you're trying to clean. Keep in mind all this dirt. This thing's been sitting for a long time, so that's why it looks like this. And if you're gonna lay this down, lay it down this way so it keeps stuff out of it. This is the resin bag. There's only one in here. They have a 1 bag model, a 2 bag model, a 3 bag model. And this is the old style housing and bags they use. New model has a different style bag and the body must be different. So you just pull the bag out. This is the resin, you can see it in there. And from what I understand, this Unger resin is very high quality and gives a much longer and lasting clean water compared to other stuff out there. And this is the bottom. You have another stainless steel mesh in the bottom. And this captures any particles coming from the house hose into the unit. And then when it's time to replace the resin, keep in mind this resin's worn out. So it doesn't matter if I have any dirt on here, I'll clean this out later. Just drop it in, and then you just put the lid back on it. Make sure it's pressed down on the way, and you just turn it. And it locks in place, just like that. Very easy to use, very high quality, made in Germany. Has a good weight to it, so it's not gonna tip over on you. When you pull the hose too hard, it'll probably break the fitting off before it tips over. So the Unger pole and system, made in Germany, super high quality, nice lightweight aluminum, but I would recommend if you're doing this full time, definitely get the carbon fiber pole. It just will make your life so much easier because the pole will be so much lighter. Even though this is light, right around like 7 pounds or so, it does get a little tiring actually holding the pole full weight extended in your arm. So just be aware of that before you buy it. Also, this is a 15-foot pole, and like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I cheaped out on this. Should have got the 20-footer, but you can add an extension to this by removing this cap and just add another extension to it to get you that full length. But the additional extension was $150, and at that point, I was over this whole thing, so that's why I still have the 15-footer. The latch is on here, very nice. Everything works as it should. You pull it out, and there's a stop on here to tell you where to stop. Just clamp it back down, and then you're nice, secure. This thing does not collapse on you, just works extremely well. You can run the water hose through the pole itself, or it has clips on here to run it on the outside. That would be personal preference. The brush on the Unger HydroPower that comes with a kit, you have different course of brushes, and you have the little softer on the outside. You have a pair of nozzles in here that shoot the water out, and everything's replaceable on here. If you notice that this brush is a little damaged, it's been sitting up against a corner for 5 years, and that's why it looks like this. So don't fault me for that. I'm not using this full time or for any reason whatsoever these days. But anyways, everything is really high quality. You pop this off, brush head pops off. You can see the hose running through here. This has 2 joints in here. That's not how it comes, but I threw that in there just for who knows what reason. But overall, this system is extremely high quality, and if you want to get into window cleaning and you're doing a first floor building or a house, the short pole works completely fine, but I would definitely buy an extension or buy the kit that has a 20-foot pole or longer, or get a carbon fiber system and make it real long if you're going to do some buildings and that kind of thing. But overall, Unger HydroPower System, very nice, comprehensive kit, and highly recommend it. Does an amazing job. Now I'll take you out and I'll show you what I can do with the window cleaning setup. But keep in mind, I'm not a professional window cleaner. Haven't used this in 5 years, and I'll do the best I can to show you the system in action. It does work extremely well. I'm just not real good at it. So if this video has helped you in any way, please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching. To start with, let me give you an up-close look at the water-fed pole in action. I'm working on a pair of skylights. They're not that dirty, but once you get done, you'll just see a really nice, clean appearance. Starting off, just get the window wet, and then use the brush to scrub the window. This will loosen up any dirt particles or any debris that's on there. Make a couple passes over the window, just double checking everything's freed up, and then just lift the brush off the window using the nozzles to just rinse the window off. Then you just move on to the next window. Here I'm cleaning some windows on a sun porch. The highest part of the window is about 8 feet, and with the 15-foot pole collapsed, this gives you a very comfortable working position. And really, this is where the 15-foot pole really shines on one-story windows. Clean the frames and just cleaning the windows. Cleaning the skylights on this one-story sun porch really shows the limitations of the 15-foot pole. Where it worked great with the pole collapsed, now the pole's fully extended, has a lot of flex to it. And being that it's so short, I can barely see the skylights from the ground, making this very hard to do. On the back of the house, the sun porch was much farther out of the ground, and I couldn't even reach the skylights from the ground. Had to get up on a ladder, which adds to the difficulty and safety when using the water-fed pole system. This is where you can truly see the limitations of the 15-foot pole. Cleaning these second-story windows, I have to stand very close to the house to be even able to reach the top of the window. And keep in mind, this may not even be a true second story because some of the house is underground. Even trying to reach the side of the house just above the sun porch, there's no way I can reach it with this 15-foot pole. That's why, if you're going to be doing this, just buy the longest pole you can afford. That way you don't have any trouble for situations you may encounter. So if this video has helped you in any way, please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.